Okay.
You're welcome to scoot.
Wait a minute. Let's sit here.
That's funny.
She'll flip the camera. It'll be over there. So.
I could move it to where you are on camera. Okay, so I'm gonna scoot back so they can't like see every pore in my face.
Wait.
It still can't see me.
Okay.
It gets like the very edge of that purple blanket. Okay. 3 truths and a lie.
So Rebecca was coming and then she asked for the link.
Yes, because I think she's not feeling well. She's on a leave of absence from her real job because she's been very ill. And so I think she's supposed to go back like next week. And I think she's just trying to stay healthy. So.
They're gonna be like, it's so quiet.
Hello,
Hey.
Jennifer, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Is Tammy sick? She's sick, isn't she?
Tammy? No, she's probably working.
She had to go to urgent care.
Oh, I didn't read that.
Sinus infection.
Huh, just sit wherever. Yes, and on our sheet of paper, you're just in time for the game. Write down 3 things that are true about you and 1 thing that is a lie, but you want it all to be believable.
Okay.
Or all to be very unbelievable. I don't know, but.
Okay.
Here we go. Cars right now are just seeing it. It's like a lot of people. It's probably more like a thing to do. Well, there should only be mine and Paul's and then all these people. So 3 things that are true. 3 things that are true and 1 thing that is a lie. Okay, Mandy, you got yours?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to read them in random order, and we're going to try and guess which one is the lie. Okay, go for it.
I'm an only child. My middle name is Joe. I teach middle schoolers, and I've been to Paris, France.
What was the last one?
I've been to Paris, France.
See, I would probably say that one, but since that's so cool, it's probably the truth. I'm going to guess that your middle name is not Joe. You're not
Well,
supposed to
I was
make your
gonna
guess.
guess. I was gonna guess the Joe.
I'm gonna say the middle school.
Yeah. They know you better. Which one is it?
I don't teach middle school.
But you do teach.
I do teach, but I don't teach middle school.
Okay.
I
Where do you teach at?
kindergarten in Sand Springs.
Sand Springs Kindergarten. I taught kindergarten for 3 years.
It's fun.
Lord bless you. So Paris, when did you go to Paris?
Right after I graduated high school.
That's awesome.
Spent 3 weeks there.
Very cool.
Stayed with my family, kind of like a foreign exchange student. So, but I didn't really go to school. We just did tourist things.
That's very cool. So everyone thinks my middle name is Joe. It's not.
Oh, really?
No. Jamie Joe was my childhood nickname,
Oh.
and it just kind of stuck because my dad's name is Joe. And I looked just like I look like my mother now, I look like my dad when I was little bitty. So they just started calling me Jamie Joe. That's my website. That's my email. That's who I've become, but it's not my name. Not my name. Alrighty, let's just go around.
Mine are young.
Mine probably be first.
Okay. I'm a girl. I love my kids. I have 3 kids, and I do not like my husband.
I'm hoping that one's the lie. Unless we need like therapy session.
Number of children.
She started with therapy.
Not
Not that kind.
That was a lie, so I just had to put something down. I couldn't think of anything else.
Oh, that's
So I figured it'd be a kick for everybody to start laughing. So, oh my God. Why not?
So that sandwich was a lie.
She doesn't like her husband.
That's the lie.
Yeah.
Told you they would know.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
No, really, so what's the lie?
Never.
That was
There are good days and bad days.
Today was a bad day. I'm not looking at it. Today was a bad day, but I mean,
That lie came easily.
exactly, right?
I will not put you on camera. No confessions here. Oh, Paul, you should play this game.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Let me get a cup of coffee.
All right, Kyler, let's hear yours. Random order.
Random order. I'm from Tulsa. I work in the dental field full time. I'm addicted to the Real Housewives, and I have 2 Pomeranians.
Well, I know 2 of those.
You don't work in dental full time.
That was gonna be my
Yeah,
guess
that's gonna be
too.
my guess. No.
I work in dental.
Do you have one?
I was gonna say it's part-time, you're trying to trick you like me.
Yeah.
Wait, I know you have 2 dogs.
2.
I know you have
Just
2
the 2
dogs. Are they
dogs.
both Poms?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's true.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
we're
could
gonna
have more.
I'm gonna say you're not from Tulsa.
I'm not.
Where are you from?
Miami.
Miami, Oklahoma, not Miami, Florida.
Miami. Nope.
Okay, which Real Housewives is your favorite?
Beverly Hills.
Oh, yeah,
I
mine
just
too.
I just seen
Or-
a snippet of
I
it.
mean,
We need to talk. I am a Bravo.
Oh,
Every
everything.
single thing
Everything.
on
People's
Bravo.
Couch comes back on tonight.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
Oh, see, I
Recording
can't
it.
get into that. I
You
can't
have
get
to
into
write
that.
I don't
three
live on
things
the
that are
Bravo
true
show.
about you and one thing that's a lie.
You know, I
It
talked
all
to
has to be
Adrian Maloof
believable.
on the phone one time.
And they're gonna try and figure out
Talked to
what your
Adrian
lie is.
Maloof.
Really?
Yeah, on that Watch What Happens Live.
Don't write it.
Oh, shut up.
Don't
I
write
never
it down.
heard of her.
You
She
know
needs to
from
get that worked on.
Orange County.
Yeah.
I am friends with her. Just I don't know how.
Just
Because I asked and she accepted me. I asked her if she bought Scentsy for clothing. And she said, she wrote me back and said, yes, she did. And I said, well, if you ever consider signing up to get it, you know, commission off your own
Exactly.
purchases, let me know.
You were recruiting one of the Real Housewives.
Yes, I was. I posted it in the director's thing.
Only Delinda lied.
I posted it in the director's.
Well, what's her name? Tamara sells Addict Fair now, so they're not too good to sell direct
There's a
sales.
teen mom that
Yeah.
sells Scentsy. She was in Atlanta.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Kale.
All right, Lindsay, let's hear yours. We're behind schedule. We gotta get with it.
Okay. I have been to the Bahamas. I love to read. I was raised in Texas. I have been with my husband half my life.
I believe that one.
You don't really like to read.
Love to read.
Were you raised in Texas?
You're an Okie all the way, aren't you?
Kind of. I was born here. I was actually raised in Missouri.
Missouri, okay.
Ah.
All right, Jen.
Okay, there you go. It's hard not to read it like this so people can't tell.
Do you not have a poker face?
Terrible.
No poker face?
So I have 2 boys. I have never been on a cruise. I hate dessert, and I love to crochet.
You hate dessert. You really like it.
I'll chunk you for no
Okay, come on.
There are times that I've been with Jennifer that she skipped a meal to have dessert.
Yeah, you can get it. You can sell it.
My granddad always taught me life's uncertain, eat dessert first.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You just never know.
I'm having withdrawals from
Why you
dessert from that cruise.
There's always something baked at my house.
He's on ice cream withdrawal.
There's
Yeah.
pies, something
Yeah.
always
Well,
you can
I'm
go
It's
still-
to.
just convenient to walk by and fill up the cone and keep going.
And I didn't have a single cone on
I
that
have a
cruise.
water fountain.
What?
I didn't have one.
I had 2.
An ice cream.
That's your own fault.
I was like, like, I had one for you, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
All right, Delinda, let's hear yours, babe.
Okay,
Something.
This is fun. I didn't know what this was.
Vice President, we did this at a family reunion.
I like it.
I learned all kinds of stuff. I used to work for a Grammy Award singer. I have met over 500 celebrities. I met Madonna, and I was an extra in a movie.
Oh gosh, those are all believable for you because I know a little bit of your background.
Did you meet Madonna last night when she was here?
No, I did not.
No? Did you go?
No, I did not. My daughter did.
I'm gonna say the lie is that you've met 500 celebrities because maybe it's 400, not 500.
That's true.
Oh, that is true.
That was a true one. I got the pictures, albums, prove it.
Have you ever been an extra in a movie?
Yeah, I have.
It's got to be Madonna then because I know you used to work for a Grammy
Exactly.
singer.
I had never met.
Never met Madonna.
Yeah.
You could have last
I
night.
know, I could have done
You could have gone backstage and been like, "Why aren't you on stage yet?"
I saw something today that said that she did not take her limo to be okay, that she walked down the street and not one person recognized her. Despite the fact that she was being followed by 2 black SUVs, 2 police officers, more
That's
than
cool.
3 feet
She
behind her.
walked.
Good for her.
And she walked,
How about that?
but nobody recognized her.
She walked from where?
I have her.
Probably her hotel.
From her car.
I'm just thinking,
They said she didn't even get on stage till 10:40.
yeah.
Carrie wanted to see her in Dallas, and she didn't take it till 11:15.
Yeah, she said she's notorious for that. That's
Yeah.
what I was told.
I ain't
Well, it's
got
her
time for
rebel
all that.
tour, so she
can be a rebel. I guess.
Yeah.
All right, Chelsea, your
I
turn.
wouldn't pay for that.
I'm 8 weeks pregnant. I've been to Florida. Me and Austin have talked about wedding within the last few days, and I have one sister.
You have more than one sister.
What was the second one?
It's either the Florida or the sister. Because
Yeah,
I
Florida.
know the other two are true. I'm gonna go for the sister.
Yeah.
I think you have more than one
That's what I'm
sister.
saying.
I think it's Florida.
Delinda's right.
Really?
About that. All right, Paul, you want to go next? Or
I'm
you
still
want?
working.
You're still working. It's
hard.
Yeah.
So wait, do we have a wedding date yet?
No, we just discussed it.
Oh.
That's fun.
We want to be married by the time the baby's.
I was gonna say before baby, after baby.
Yeah.
I prefer after because I don't want to feel rushed, but
That's plenty of time to plan a wedding, though. We planned ours in 5 months, and it was tons of time.
okay.
It's doable. It's doable. All right, I'm gonna go, and then you can go.
Alright.
Okay, here's my 4.
Wedding.
I was married as a teen. I was on TV as a child. I've lived in 10 states, and I still have 3 living grandparents. You can't answer it.
10 states.
Not allowed to answer. Deep in thought.
What was the second one?
I was on TV as a child.
Yeah.
I could totally see
Yeah,
that.
me too. Even if it was just like a photo bomb.
I was actually on a television show,
Okay, well,
like a full television show, like every day.
Which one was it? Now it's going.
I said it's states.
It is. I was married as a teenager. I was 18 when we got married. I was on TV as a child, and I do still have 3 living grandparents, which is like highly unusual. I have only lived in 2 states, but I've lived here since I was 2, so basically just 1 state. All right, your turn.
Some of you don't
At your
know.
house.
This is my husband for anyone that did not meet him yet.
I don't think I mentioned Uncle. But yeah.
She's the one we
I
met at
made her
Quick
move the
Trip.
car.
Yeah, you made me move my car. It's okay.
I just didn't want her to get hit. It's dark.
She's the one we met at Quick Trip. though.
Yeah, I know. I saw the bright orange car.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't miss it. I was sitting in the first. Nice to meet you, Paul. All right, I'm home.
Yeah, sure. I'm not wrong.
Nice to meet you.
Anyway,
We just changed the name.
all right.
Just gonna have all of you.
Believe me, you're right on Facebook.
We
All
love
right.
him. Yeah.
Just not very. I'm like ground.
Everybody's team Paul.
Okay, I like to hunt. I was born and raised in Oklahoma.
That one's the lie.
They came up and died on the porch.
They committed suicide on our porch.
I've been to 5 different countries, and I have a half brother in another state.
Read those again.
What was the second one?
Oh no.
I have been to 5 different countries, and I have a half brother in another state.
The half brother.
What was the
I
second one?
have a half brother.
What was the
But
second
in
one?
this state though.
Nope,
I don't know.
he's in another state.
We know you like to hunt. So what was the next
So
one?
they
What's the
have
one after
another
that?
dead
Is
boy.
it,
I was
have you
born
only
and
been,
raised in Oklahoma, and I've been to 5 different countries.
is it not 5?
How many is it?
It's not 5. 80? I know, I had to think about it for a little bit.
Haiti,
Costa
Honduras,
Rica,
Costa
Honduras, and Mexico.
and Dominican Republic,
Oh, crap.
Oh!
You can't even lie.
and the Bahamas.
Oh, so
Oh,
technically it's not 5
6,
then.
it's not 5.
Yeah.
So he's
Wow.
5.
Technically not.
Okay.
Yeah, so
More
technically.
than- I was
Thank
like,
you on that.
wait a minute. I think those are all true.
There's another half brother.
Right. Right.
Surprise.
Okay, so that was all good and fun. Now that we all know each other a little bit better, I learned new things about every person in here. That's so good.
I wanted to be.
I learned that you hate dessert. No.
It's not even true.
There's cookies in there, Jennifer.
Yes, because I've really been trying to watch it, so I'm actually on a week.
I can help you.
I can't do that. If I don't want sugar, then it shows up at my front door. And
The
my
little girl
door
broke
is-
out the
It is
Oh, it's
almost
like
it is
our
almost
aisle
cookies hour.
Walmart. It's kind of-
Kenzie quit Girl Scouts, so I will not bombard you with cookies.
Oh, I feel your pain. We went on a 28-day detox back in spring.
No.
Like, I come off of it. And like,
You're looking at good
I know.
cooking.
sugar
It's-
free.
Like,
She did me a favor, I guess.
Nobody
What
wants
TV
to eat
show
it in
were you
like a
on?
5-mile radius of me.
It was called The Company Party. It was right after Uncle Zed on Channel 4 for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a Mickey Mouse Club-ish.
It's
And then I'm like.
Okay. We gotta get started. We're like way behind. 6:30. Okay, so the title of the meeting was Build Your Business in 2016. So that's gonna be like the biggest chunk of what we talk about tonight is how to make a difference as opposed to this year into 2016. And then we'll talk about some of maybe a couple little hints of things that I might have learned on the cruise. Maybe. We'll see how good you guys are.
Well, that's dessert. Let's have that first.
No. You have to sit through the class first. No. Okay, so the first thing to do anytime that you're doing goal setting is always to start with looking either where you are now have been in the past. Now, some of you brand new consultants, obviously you don't have a lot to compare to. But let's look back at last year. So you don't really have to write anything down. I just want you to think and reflect. Were you happy with your business last year? Were you happy with what happened? Were you happy with your commission? Were you happy with team growth? And just think about that. And I want to know, not everyone has to share, but if you're comfortable with it, tell me why or why not you were or weren't happy last year. And I'll go ahead and start. I was kind of a little bit of both. My commission was consistent. We were able to pay our bills every single month because it is my full-time job, so that's definitely important to me. So I was pleased with that. But I still have this huge aspiration to be a superstar director, and it's been my goal for like 5 years. And I thought last year was my year, and it still didn't happen. So I'm a little bit of mixed feelings on the answer to that. Does anyone else feel comfortable sharing?
I was pleased with where my business is going, consistency with director, One Nashville and all that. Then you go to boot camp, and it's hard not to compare. When you see girls who've been in for a year who are almost star director and have 150 and international. And I'm like, I've been in 5 years, what have I been doing? You know? So
I
I'm
totally
pleased
understand.
personally,
Mhm.
but I know there's so much more I need to be doing.
I agree, and I've been in that same boat, and I am in that same boat every single day. I have.
I mean, they're earning annual mentor awards, they're earning the sales awards, and I feel excited when I get my monthly sales for 2,000.
But you know, Marvel said, like, he made the whole point of, you know, there are gonna be those that like jump ahead and are like super fast about it, but that they actually, you didn't want to say prefer, but he liked the ones that take their time and are, you know, slower about it. Yeah, seasoned. But for me, like, I would rather be that, because if you jump that, I'm not the kind of person that you jump that fast and I'm gonna know what I'm doing. It's all gonna fall apart. And so I've been like the slowest person in the world with my business, but it's growing me as a person. So I think it's more important to do that.
You have had huge growth this year, though.
Yes,
Just
you
last
have.
year.
Incredible growth.
So I'm
As
gonna
opposed to
do
last
last year, but we're
You
working
know,
towards
that
bigger
makes
stuff.
sense though, because when I was in my 20s, I joined another direct sales company and was successful. In 6 months, I had a car, and 6 months later, I turned the keys into them, and they were like, and I was like, I can't handle this. This is too much stress. And I had it in my head from that point on, I am not leadership or management material. And I believed that. And I would go into every job after that thinking, I just want to be one of the worker bees. Just leave me alone. I don't want all that stress. Just let me work. And it wasn't until Scentsy I realized I can do this.
Absolutely.
And enjoy it.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about company-wide last year in 2015. The company as a whole, now this is globally, so this is, I think we're in like, what, 12 countries? I'm totally guessing there. That sounds about right. Sales was up 3.5% globally. So, you know, you'll hear a lot of things about, oh, Scentsy's stagnant or the market's stagnant, and it's just not true. So we're 12 years in to the company now, and we're still growing. So 3.5%, that's a great thing. But if you look at sponsoring, we were at 19.5% globally. That's huge. That means we are still in the baby stages of this business. So there is huge, huge growth potential with Scentsy. And then promotions. Delinda and I talk a lot about promotions because we're in leadership, and some of you might have that goal to be there as well. Promotions were up 14.5% globally. So not only are sales rising, recruiting is through the roof, which brings upon it more promotions. Because let's face it, if you want to promote in this company, you need to be building a team. Sales are great, but a team is definitely where it's at, and all those numbers are up. So we're poised for great growth this year. I mean, if that's what happened last year, and we have brand new corporate people that are on top of their game, we got a little sneak peek at the next catalog. I'm telling you guys, you will be floored at how amazing this new catalog is and the new things that they have coming out. So we are just waiting and ready to go through the roof again. So let's talk about what you guys accomplished last year. And raise your hand if you sponsored at least one new consultant last year. That's awesome. Awesome. So that's like more than half. That's perfect.
Huh?
She's returning.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Okay.
I consider that sponsoring.
Okay.
Because actually sometimes,
She's new to you.
and actually that's sometimes harder than to get a new recruit, is to get a reinstatement. So yeah, that's definitely worth celebrating. Who promoted last year? Any promotions?
Maybe, I guess.
Started last year.
Yeah, you did too.
Our team is on fire, guys. I'm telling you, I've been in this business 7.5 years, and I am more excited about our team right now than I have ever been before. And I had a really good year in 2010. I mean, like Zoom growth.
Yep. And
And then quite a bit died off. But now it's just like you were saying, that Zoom growth is great, but is it going to stay?
Right.
And so now I'm thrilled to see a team that's working hard and not just in it for the newness of it, but in it for the actual amazingness of Scentsy and the potential for the future. So I'm really proud to be where we are right now. Okay, so now here's the big part. So I want you to just start dreaming about where you want to go this year and what you want to achieve. And I want you to actually write this down. For some people, it's a money amount. For some people, it's a title. For some people, it's a trip you want to take. And maybe it's a Scentsy trip. Maybe it's one that you want to fund. But just take a couple minutes, write down, and it could be more than one thing. But write down some things that you want to achieve this year. You can play along too, Paul. Oh, okay. I don't think you've ever sat in one of my meetings.
We're dragging them in.
It's good to see Paul.
I'm always in that.
And if you're watching online, I hope you're doing this same thing. We have 5 viewers online.
You can't? That's a bummer.
Mm-mm. It could be like some old man in New Jersey sitting in his underwear. So once you have your dreams written down, I want you to either next to them or under them, write why you want that. Why is that important to you?
This paper.
Want this to write off?
Sure.
So I actually have a goal in each of these areas, money-wise and travel-wise and accomplishment-wise. Money-wise, I'll just share one of mine. Money-wise, I would love to make $1,000 a month more than what I've consistently made. And it's simply to finish this house. We bought this house, we remodeled most of it, but we have 2 very original bathrooms and I have an unfinished office and the money is gone. So if I could have an extra $1,000 a month, that would be enough to finish out this house. So is there any other goals that someone would like to share? Maybe just one?
So my biggest goal is to, well, it's in my top and then my why, but is to build relationships. I don't want a team that I don't have a consistent relationship with. And it's because I really feel like my why this year is to give more than I take. I don't really know exactly how, but no. But yeah, that's my why. And what's that? What am I giving to you?
If you're giving more than you're taking, that's
Oh,
what you
well,
do.
yeah, if I got it, I'll give it to you.
I love that because that is the heart of this company. For some of you newer consultants, the more you're around this company, the more you will be amazed at how giving, not just Orville and Heidi, the owners are, but the company as a whole is. That's just their mantra, is to give more than they take. And I really learned a lot from that because I always thought, if you build a business, you have to make more money, make more money, make more money. When in reality, that's not the only thing it's about. Because when you do start giving more money, just happens to come your way. That happens, right? Yeah. Is there anyone else that wanted to share? I don't know.
To go international. That's my goal this year. And we were sitting in that meeting in leadership. Van can't hear anything anyway. But we were sitting
That
there.
explains why he ignored us.
He can't hear. He cannot hear.
We were
every word.
standing right in front of him at one point, and Paul was like, "Man,
He's deaf. He is totally deaf. He has to read lips. I'm serious. But anyway, he heard Orville say one thing, and it's just like it changed his world. When Orville said the Latino community is totally untapped in the States and abroad because of the language barriers, and it's just untapped. Van turned to me and he goes, "That's it. That's where we're going. That's what we're doing."
He's like,
And
I
so-
can't even hear the
and
speak
so-
Spanish. We're going there.
We're going to
it
it. So after that, we were, we were somewhere, and he goes, "I'm talking to Rosie at work when we get home." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "She's originally from Mexico. All her family's in Mexico. She speaks fluent Spanish, and she's signing up." Did you know she's already befriended me on Facebook because he went back and talked to her, and she wanted an opportunity packet. I sent it to her, and so that's
she's bilingual.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the thing. Like your first international recruit,
Yes.
it's like such a bonus if they're bilingual, because then from then out you have someone to translate.
So then we went to a Mexican restaurant Wednesday night,
Mhm.
and because we didn't get any good Mexican food in Mexico.
Oh,
So-
I did. I got some
Well, we did.
fajitas
There
around
was just a
there.
couple of tacos. We didn't have time, but anyway, we went to a Mexican restaurant, and the girl had an accent, and I said, "Where are you from?" And she said, "Well, I'm originally Mexico." And I said, "I need you." And so then I started telling her.
That's why she went to Mexican food. She's like, we'll get some of those tortillas.
Speak Spanish to me. I
Hey,
said,
no one's going to my Mexican restaurant. You stay away. My Mexican restaurant's in your neck of the woods. I'm not telling you.
So, but
I'm
anyway,
not talking to you.
I mean, I had my sights on Europe and Australia for some reason. I mean, I even got the cross-border agreement for Australia because I thought that's where it was. When, because of the language thing.
Mhm.
But I don't know, for some reason, Van says we're going to Mexico. So I'm just,
Why not shoot for both?
exactly. But anyway, so now I'm taking my recruiting packet to the waitress
I love it.
tomorrow.
I love it. And since we're talking about that, and she's right. I mean, like the potential for this business is definitely internationally. If you want to see what countries we're in, if you go to just Scentsy.us, not your website, but just Scentsy.us, up in the top right corner, it defaults to American because you did .us. But there's like an American flag in the top right corner. If you click it, or maybe it says country or something, you click it.
Brand or
I think
brand
it's country.
/ country.
Yes, it will pull down a menu of the country. So there's a lot of graphics that you might see on Facebook. Just Google Scentsy countries, possibly find some graphics. I shared one the other day that lists all the countries. Just throw that out on your Facebook and just ask your friends if they know of anyone that lives in these countries. So when they comment with someone, you don't want to blast it all out on your wall. Handle it in private message from there out. But just message them and say, "Oh, I noticed that you know someone in Austria. Who is it?" "Oh, it's my cousin." "Well, can I have your permission to send them a message and name drop your name?" And then just simply drop a message. "Hey, Jack sent me your name, said you live in Austria. I'm a Scentsy consultant in the US. We're a brand new company over there and the potential's amazing. Do you even know what Scentsy is?" Just strike up a conversation and see where it goes. We did that when we first announced Australia. And I have a girl, she hasn't signed up yet, but I'm still chatting with her. And it was a friend of his from high school that is from Stillwater but lives in Australia now. So sometimes it's just that one person that can totally build you a brand new team in a different country that you would never have access to here. So yeah, I would love to get international too. I mean, I kind of am because Anna has someone in Ireland, but I want a baby.
I'd claim it. You are
international.
international. You got a team member, and down the line.
I want my own baby though.
Yeah.
Not a grandbaby. Okay, so now that you have your dreams written down and why you want that, we're gonna plan how you get there. And that's actually what the meat of this meeting is gonna be. So the rest of the time we'll focus on that. No matter what your dream is, no matter what you wrote down, whether it's money, whether it's an accomplishment, it doesn't matter. Scentsy has a way for you to get there. Does everyone have a phone with them? Oh, internet's really sketchy here. Can you turn on the Apple TV and I'll stream a picture up here? Clickers are over by Lindsay. I want to show you guys something. Was there anyone in the you might have been there, first time we went to Vegas? When Orville talked about the 4 chords? Okay, that's what we're gonna talk about tonight. I'm gonna pull up the picture and then we're gonna discuss it.
This smart TV is too smart for me. I can't figure out how to turn the TV. It stays on channel 46 in England.
It's 46.
Bravo.
Okay, so this is the 4 chord progression, and you might want to write down you don't have to write the little white words underneath, but just the 4 chords. And I'll be talking about them, so you'll have time to write them later.
Okay, good, because I can't read that.
Okay, sorry. I do that when I pull Netflix up too. So this was a whole keynote speech by Orville, and like I said, it was done in Las Vegas. I don't know, the first time we were in Vegas. I don't know what year it is. But you can actually go to YouTube and type in Orville Thompson 4 chord and see the keynote speech. And I actually got this graphic off of Google. I Googled Scentsy 4 chords. So if you want to reference this later, you can do it that way. So in his speech, he talked about how if you do these 4 things, you can't help but have a growing business. So chord 1 is to do home parties. Chord 2 is sponsor new consultants. Chord 3, provide great customer service. Why did it go away? Oh, shoot. Anyway, all right, turn it off. Never mind. What have you been doing? And then chord 4 is improve yourself. So we're going to go through these one at a time. So chord 1 is do home parties. Most of you will know this, but we have 2 requirements within Scentsy to maintain a business. So the first is 150 is an important number to memorize. Now, our rules say to be an active consultant or to remain a consultant, you have to do $150 in a single month every 3rd month. I say phooey on that. I say your requirement is to do at least 150 every single month. If you're doing less than that, you're really just in this to get discounted product, and that's fine. Some people will join just for discounted product. But you're here sitting in a meeting, so I know that's not you. I know that you guys want a business out of this, and in my opinion, to be a legit consultant, you have to be active every single month. You should be putting in orders every single month. So I want you to tell yourself, it just has to be 150 every month. There's no other option.
It's 500.
Well, hang on, we're getting there.
200.
Exactly.
Okay, so 200 is an important number too, because that's a minimum party to get free shipping and goods. But the important number, like Delinda said, is 500. If you are growing a team and you want to be paid off your team bonuses, your downline bonuses, you have to do that 500 every single month. And I don't know why I'm getting off on this tangent though. I've heard a lot lately about it's a pyramid scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. Well, it's not a pyramid scheme because we're required to work. In a pyramid scheme, you just sign people up and you do nothing and you rake in money. Well, we have to work. Another reason we're not a pyramid scheme is, Jennifer's underneath me, but she could go past me. In a pyramid scheme, that's not possible. So if you ever have someone pop up with that to you, there's 2 comebacks for you. That was like
Yeah, I think Mandy's gonna pass her sponsor soon.
It happens. It does. I passed my sponsor and she quit. All right. Oh, look, Jacqueline, it's all good. Okay, so let's talk about home parties. How do you get home parties? Is anyone staring at a blank calendar right now? Mine's not blank, but it's not as full as I want it to be.
Like for Scentsy, it's full for.
Right? We're talking Scentsy here though. Okay, so if your calendar is empty, there is one way to fill it up. Does anyone know that one way?
Get on the phone. Oh.
Ask. I'm not going to make you do booking blitz today. Lindsay's like, Jamie, no.
I really, when you said bring no book,
No.
I figured we were doing a booking blitz.
We did that last time.
I like prepped myself. I was like,
I
all
did
right.
too.
I can
I was
handle
like,
it.
okay, well, I'm making my 5 phone calls for sale.
Here's the deal though, guys. I want you to do that on your own. You don't need Mama Bear here making you get on the phone and call people. Just know if you want your business to progress, you got to do it. You got to pick up the phone. You got to call people. You got to ask them. So what I want you to do is flip to a clean sheet of paper, number 1 to 20. And I want you to write down 20 names of people that you will vow to call next week. And the first person to fill up 20 names, and don't be writing Bob, Sue, Jill, and Jack. 20 legit names, first person to fill up their 20 gets a prize. Brace it up.
Don't let her fool you. She doesn't.
I hate to call. I hate it, but I'll do it if my calendar is empty.
Individual people or community?
I'm calling.
I would pick one person from a community. You need a contact. You can't call a community. So pick a
Like the
person.
manager?
That would be a great contact. Yeah. Dishwasher's done. I think I'll get your. Six. If you get stumped, pull up your Facebook, flip through your
That's what I was.
I'm mentally.
pull out your phone.
That's
go
what
through
I'm
your
doing.
contact
I'm going
list.
through my phone.
I can't think.
I promise you know 20 people that you could call right
Some
now.
of these people, I have no idea who they are. How did they make it in my phone?
Somehow mine and Paul's phones got synced together at one point. So I have like all of his business contacts. Like it'll say like Joe, dirt guy. Bob, backhoe.
You're like, who?
Keyword is who it is.
I think I'll call Michelle Williams.
Get
Oh
out
my
of
gosh,
here.
I was one of my Scentsy girls. You know Liz Hayes? She's on our Scentsy team. She's doing a vendor event, and Michelle's going to be there.
Really?
Yeah,
What is she gonna be there with?
we'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's how it works. Now you understand why?
It's sad when almost everybody in your phone is Scentsy.
I was having that conversation today. How all my Facebook friends are Scentsy.
Me too. And all my posters, everything is about.
Not all
I mean,
my
my messaging,
Yeah, okay.
it's all.
Anyone to 15 yet?
I'm past it. I'm hitting 20 right
I'm
now.
at 19.
Oh my gosh, good for
Done.
you.
Oh, man.
All right, let me see your list.
Now, don't judge the dentist office. I just don't know the lady's name. But
Hey, I've done that before. I'll be like, Tony's friend Abe's mom.
I plan on taking her.
Well, you don't have to let me keep this. I just want to make sure you weren't writing like
No, those are all
Rob
legit
and
people.
Sue and
Yeah,
Names
I
and
have
jokes.
What's my? Oh, I can get a prize.
you need to pick one.
Oh, yes. Oh man. I think I really like this little guy though. This is super cute. Yeah, I love this. This has nothing to benefit my business, but I still want it.
Actually, it does because you slap that bad boy on your neck.
That's true.
The Scentsy necklace. And then when you're at the checkout at Target, the girl goes, "Oh my gosh, do you sell Scentsy?" And you go, "No, I just like to wear the necklaces."
Yeah, we bought a car last night and I told the lady, here's my business card and my sample.
Absolutely,
I
absolutely.
tried that, but the Scentsy girl that they used was next door, so I was like.
Oh, this was from a private buyer. I was like, just in case you need to call me about the title.
There you go. So, funny story, a girl on the ship, her and her husband found a camera in one of the auditoriums that the shows were in, found a camera. So they opened it up. She said it took forever to figure out how to open the camera because no one uses cameras anymore. To see if it was a Scentsy person. Because, I mean, we all, have mutual friends and whatever. There was only so many of us on the ship. Well, it was not a Scentsy person. It was just another person on the cruise ship. So she took it up to the guest services desk for, someone was looking for it. But before she did, she took a picture of her business card.
Love
They
it.
did find the owner of the camera. And when she got home, she had an email that said, "I can't thank you enough. You saved us so much money in a new camera, but you also saved our memories. As a thank you, I placed an online order on your website."
That gave me chills.
And it was like
It was a
$180
huge order. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're still struggling with making your list of 20, and even if you're not, I want you to write this acronym on your paper so you can refer to it later, and it's FRANK, F-R-A-N-K. This always helps you think of people when you hit that roadblock. F is friends. R is relatives. A is acquaintances, so that would be like Jennifer's where it says dentist office. Maybe it's someone that you kind of have contact with, but you don't really know them. N is neighbors. I would have to go meet my neighbors to do that one.
There you go, perfect opportunity.
Yeah, you should have before because I got Leah.
She was your neighbor.
No.
I know, you knew her.
Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. I'm not going there. And then K is kids. If you have kids, it's their contact. Or Kyler, if your puppies go to a groomer, maybe it's that.
We'll never even talk about her.
There you go. Okay, so when you hit the roadblock of an empty blank calendar, just make a list and make it doable. Maybe 10 is more doable for you right now. Make your list of 10 and vow not to put that phone down until you call those 10 people. Do some sort of little game with yourself. I hate to make phone calls. Absolutely hate it. So I make a challenge with myself. Like, I cannot get out of this chair until I make 5 phone calls. Or, I can't get up until I get 10 no's. Something like that. Just do silly little things in your mind to make it happen. Just make it happen. That's all that matters. So the frank list is always good. Always search your phone contacts and then your Facebook friends list. Because you'll have people on Facebook that maybe you went to high school with and you haven't talked to them in 20 years. But you can still strike up a conversation, and I've actually gotten recruits that way. By the way, Tammy Foster and I went to high school together. We never talked. We reconnected on Facebook, and now she's like one of the rock stars on our team. So here you go. Okay, so now we talked about how to fill a completely blank calendar. Let's say you have some parties on your calendar that you need some for next month, or you want more for this month. So you need to work on booking games. There are 3 things that, in my opinion, are essential to have in your party kit. And that is a deck of cards, 2 dice, a set of dice, and 3 Mardi Gras beads. So all these things you can buy at the dollar store or at Walmart. By the way, the Mardi Gras beads are in the craft section at Walmart because you will look the whole store for them. But I found them at the dollar store. Okay, so let's do a couple ideas for each of these with a pair of dice. So there's a couple different things you can do, and you can change it up from game to game, because if you're anything like me, you get in a circle of doing, somebody booked off of somebody, so they've been to your party a couple times, and you want to switch things up. So the first thing with the dice is this needs a little preparation ahead of time. You're actually going to put on cardstock or a little poster or something, the numbers 2 through 12 and 11 different prizes. So they're just going to roll the dice. They're not going to know what they're rolling for. I just have them roll the dice. They write the number on the top of their order form so they can't change it later because they don't know what their prize is yet. So I have them write it on top of their order form. And then when everyone has written down the number that they rolled, then I hold up the sign. If you rolled a 2, you get maybe a free pack of bars. If you rolled a 5, you get maybe a plug-in warmer. Now they only get that prize when they close out their party. Never, never give a booking prize when they book the party, because chances are they're gonna hijack your freebie and be out the door. So make sure they're held accountable for having that party. So that's the first one. The other one is just have everyone roll dice, right? If you have an even number, you get a free pack of bars. If you have an odd number, you get a free nightlight. If you got doubles, you get like a deluxe warmer. Whatever, here's the thing. You make up the prizes, so it's whatever you can afford in your business. But I also want you to keep in mind, if you're getting a booking, you're getting PRV that you would not have had and money that you would not have had. So sometimes it's worth giving a prize that really entices them to book rather than being chintzy with the prizes. Because the better the prize, the more likelihood that they're going to book. And I find that a nightlight warmer, it's $20. If I'm using a half price, it's just $10. A nightlight warmer gets quite a bit of bookings, and it'll get people to hold because it's a free warmer. I mean, it's the cheapest one. Down a premium warmer for that price. So let's say that they rolled a 10. They get to, at their party, purchase a premium warmer for $10. So you're going to be out a little money for that. But like I said, if it gets you a booking, it's worth it. So I find it really funny that people love the dice that I use at my party because they're furry dice. I just bought it like an auto store, like, I don't know, Pet Boys or whatever, and just cut the string off of it. But it's just the novelty of it. So rather than just 2 dice that you play with, you know, make it something fun. If you go to Mardell's or the Apple Tree, which are teacher stores, you know all about these. They have tons of foam dice, you know, big dice, little dice, crazy dice, whatever. And they even have dice to like 24 and stuff like that. They have crazy ones. So if you want to get a little fun with your dice, yeah, go to Apple Tree. And it's on 41st between Memorial and Sheridan. Okay, so let's talk about card games. Very similar to dice games. You just, you know, fan out your cards. If you got an even, an odd, or a face card, these are your 3 different prizes. So you tell them that way. Another one that's super fun, you have to pre-do your cards for this. Just do your cards numbers 1 through 5. So there's going to be 4 number 1s, 4 number 2s, so on. And they draw a card that way, and you give them that many bars free at their party. So that one's really affordable to do because, you know, you could do even up through 6. So it's a 6-pack. And you're not spending more than $12.50 if you're using it as a half price item, but you know, maybe they, and for that one, you can even do it a little bit of a gambling game. They have to book the party first and then they get to draw a card. Because if someone hasn't booked yet and they draw a card and it's a 1, the likelihood of that pushing them over the edge is not great. But if it's a chance, I mean, we know how many people bought that lottery ticket yesterday. So if it's a chance to win, they'll do it. The one that I love the best as far as a booking game is the Mardi Gras beads. And how that works is you are actually going to put the 3 Mardi Gras beads on your hostess before anyone gets there. And you're going to explain to her, well, first you want to ask her, what warmer in the catalog do you just have to have? Do you absolutely want? So you know that this prize is going to be exactly what they want. My friend Diana, when Lumina came out, that white pumpkin with the gold stem on it, she was dying to have that warmer. So when I got to her house, I put 3 Mardi Gras beads on her. I said, okay, here's the deal. You get rid of these 3 Mardi Gras beads. That Lumina is yours free, no cost. I'm buying it for you. The way that she gets rid of those Mardi Gras beads is when one of her friends books a party, they take a set of Mardi Gras beads and kind of hand them to me. So the cool thing is, it's no work on me. She's the one going to her friends saying, oh my gosh, you've got to book a party. I really want this warmer. Will you please book a party? Or saying, you're not the one pressuring people to book a party and you don't look desperate. But your hostess is desperate to get that freebie. And her friends are more apt to book from her begging than from you begging. We never want to beg, but let's face it, sometimes we do. But it just takes the pressure off of you, and anytime I've done that, it's worked. The Mardi Gras beads fill up my calendar every single time. And you know, if maybe your calendar's already a little crazy and you have lots of dance things to take your daughter to, just give your hostess 2. It's totally your rules. Any of these games are totally your rules. So those are my 3 favorites. So let's talk about how to do a home party. There's not enough time tonight to go through a full demonstration, but I just want you, if you have not watched my YouTube video from Hot Springs last year, just go to YouTube, type in my name, type in Hot Springs. It's like a full 40 minutes presentation, but I walk through from the date you book the party all the way through to closing out the party. I've been doing this a long time, and I've tried a lot of different methods, and it's the very best one for how to run a party. It's exactly how I did yours with the little prize bag and all that kind of stuff. So if you need a refresher course too, it's a video. So there are tons of girls on YouTube that have great tips. Here's the thing. I have found a method that works for me. That doesn't mean that my method is the best. It doesn't mean that my method is going to work for you. You have to be comfortable with your presentation. You have to love your presentation. You have to be confident in your presentation. So when you have time, jump on YouTube. Christina Steinberg, ADD and jumping all over the place doesn't bother you. You'll love Christina. I adore her, but she's very busy. If you like a more professional way to do things, watch Katie Farner. If you're doing a lot of online stuff, watch just Scentsy Home Party. You might find some people that I don't even know about. Disclaimer is, anyone can post a YouTube video, and they might not be doing things in compliance. So if something seems a little off, just do that. The biggest thing about it is keep it simple. If you are toting in Rubbermaid totes full of warmers, you're not doing it right. You want to keep it that your hostess looks at these. Belinda did. Is she successful in this? Crap. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I want people to think, oh my gosh, that's all she did. I could so do it better than her. It's funny because the parties here's hilarious. I wish Kelly was here tonight. She's probably watching online. Her launch party is next Saturday. I did a party for her in, I think it was November, it might have been October. She lives in Pryor, so it was quite a drive. I'm halfway to her house, and I realized I left 2 of my bags at home. I only have my testers and my catalogs and a warmer. That's it. I have no skin stuff, no groom stuff, no diffuser, no nothing. So to me, that is a party fail. She had like an $800 party, and she's signing up. She signed up today. Her launch party's next Saturday. Because she probably looked at me and went, oh my gosh, she's a total dork, and she is a star director. If she can do that, I can do that. And it's okay to have a totally stupid party. Maybe you want to totally fake a stupid party. I don't know. Just hope it's a successful one. But you really want people to think that what you do is nothing, and that they can do it, because that's how you're going to build a team. That's how you're going to get recruits. So core 2 is sponsor new consultants. So my personal expectations for myself is to sponsor at least 1 new person every single month. Now, my best month was 6 in a month. Our friend Anna Hughes did 9 in a month. Now, I will tell you, when it gets past 4, it's hard to manage. So I absolutely tell myself I have to have 1. I'm thrilled with 2 or 3. 2 or 3 is like the sweet number, because you can still manage them, you can still help them, guide them every step of the way, and continue to grow your team. You technically signed up in December, didn't you? We just didn't do your launch until January. Yeah. I still consider you a January. Yeah, we'll say it.
Yeah.
So I'm managing 2 new recruits this month, and it's perfect. It's perfect. I feel like I can answer all their questions, answer them in a timely manner, and they're both successful that way. So I want them to certify in their first month, and I've given Kyler a challenge for if he certifies this month. You don't have to offer prize incentives. A lot of people, something as simple as a $6 bank bag from Scentsy, it's something. I would give them something if they certify in the first month, but you don't have to. A handwritten card is gold. I'm telling you, people don't get good fun. They're thrilled to get fun things in the mail. And the third thing is that I want everyone to be expected to hit 150 every month. So I pretty much drill that into my new recruits is that's what's expected of them. So let's go back to what Delinda was saying. Who is our best market right now? And it is Hispanics. Did you realize that 17% of our population is Hispanic, but less than 1% of Scentsy consultants is Hispanic?
So that again?
The population that we live in is 17% Hispanic.
That's what I said.
But out of all the Scentsy consultants, less than 1% are Hispanic. I mean, it's an untapped market, completely untapped market. And how many Hispanic people do you know right here in Oklahoma? I mean, I can list 20, 25. Everyone that worked on our house was Hispanic. And they all have wives. Why wasn't I giving them opportunity packets? Shame on me. You know, it's definitely an untapped market for us. Come on, Paul.
And they have a shot. Those women.
They have words.
They do.
Yeah. And they have such a tight-knit community.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes, they do.
Absolutely. Oh, here's something that's really important. I want you have to know how to answer this question. I love my Scentsy business because. And that's awesome, but you don't want to, you know, verbal diarrhea all over people while you have this conversation. So I'm assuming for Mandy is I love my Scentsy business because I can fund my daughter's dance. I mean, I'm just assuming that.
It is.
And that's an easy conversation that you can have with someone when someone asks you, well, why do you do that in your spare time? You're a teacher, you're a mom, you're so busy. Why do you even do Scentsy? And that question will come up a lot. Or, oh, I've done that before. You can pop back with, no, I love my Scentsy business because it allows my daughter to do all this dance that I couldn't afford as a public school teacher. And that is how my answer started 7 years ago. I love my Scentsy business because I have a shopping addiction and I can fund it. And that's how it started. But now my answer's changed, and I love my Scentsy business because it gives me the freedom to dictate my schedule, and I can jump on a plane and leave the country whenever I want. So for each person, it's going to be different, and there is no right or wrong answer to that, because your answer is going to be what you're passionate about. And that's what's most important when you're talking to someone about Scentsy, is that they can feel that love and that excitement that you have for Scentsy, and they want that. Everyone wants that. We are in a society of miserable people. And if they see someone excited about something, they want to know what it is, and they want to be a part of it. Seriously, there are so many people that join Scentsy, not just for the money. We think that everyone does it for the money. It's not for the money a lot of times. It's for the excitement, it's for the friendship, it's for that passion that they have. And another thing is, even people that sign up for the money, when you sign up a new recruit, you need to know why they signed up. The first time I talked to Kyler on the phone, that was the first thing I asked you, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So why are you going to do this? I want to know that answer for every single one of my consultants. And if they say, oh, I could use a little extra cash, that's not an acceptable answer to me. I want to know why, because you're going to treat those people differently. Let's say you have 3 different people. Person A, why do you need extra money? Well, I have a shopping addiction and I want to go to the mall every weekend. Okay, I can work with that. Person number 2, why do you need extra money? I would love to get my kids in dance, or my son playing soccer, or whatever it is. I want more for my children. Okay, that's both money, but I'm going to treat those people differently. And then maybe person 3 over here, I need money because I need to go back to school to better my family's life. It's money, money, and money. But those are 3 different passions and 3 different needs, and I'm going to treat those people differently as I sponsor them. Make sense?
Mhm.
So just needing money is not an answer to me.
Apparently the whole world needed
Right.
the money with that Powerball
Right.
thing. They were just thinking, I mean, people actually were like upset that they didn't win.
I read somebody's post that said, I didn't even expect to win, but I was still upset. It's funny. One thing that was said, and I think Orville said it, but it caught me enough for me to write it down. And he said, enthusiasm can't be taught, but it can be caught. And that is so true. I can't teach you guys to be excited about Scentsy. Now, Delinda, if you want to be excited about Scentsy, you have to do this, this, and this. But how you guys talk to me about this business, you can tell my has changed my family's life. And I want that for each and every one of you. Maybe you don't want to quit your job, but maybe it's just going to give you that extra drive of something different in your life. And I want that for everyone. But Scentsy has truly, truly changed my life. So enthusiasm can't be taught, but it can be caught. So when you're talking to a new recruit, a potential recruit, again, this is similar to what I was saying. I want you to keep in mind the word tiny. And that means their interests, not yours. So Delinda wants to be a star director, so she's going to be recruiting like crazy.
And I shouldn't have said, I need you.
She's not going to walk up to Jennifer and say, I need a new recruit. Will you sign up for Scentsy? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Now, you might have said that, and it made them laugh, and it got their attention.
But then I also told them about how it was an untapped market,
Right.
and they had the potential of, and
Right.
that they,
Right.
because I can't speak that language.
But even at that, I mean, and I know you know this because you recruit like crazy too. You're going to find out what they need in life. What do they need? Do they need passion? Do they need money? What is it that they're going to tap on? So you can start with great things like, I love my Scentsy business because Scentsy has given me this. But then you need to totally flip the conversation to them and ask tons of open-ended questions. Tons of them.
And it changes too. I mean, what they join for changes. I mean, I joined for money because we needed food on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And, now then it became tax write-offs. Oh my gosh, that was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became, we're going on vacation for 3 months.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, mine has totally changed too. Okay, so let's talk about, we know how to talk to them now. We know what to say to them. How do you find them? You just walk up to every random person, and go, do you want to join Scentsy?
Just about.
Some people do.
She runs a folding table.
So the first advice that I have for you is to brand yourself. And that could be a lot of different things, not like get a branding iron, although there are consultants that have it tattooed. Is it on her chest? Where is it at?
Everywhere and everywhere.
I think it's on her
I
chest.
think it's right here. It's either right here or right here.
Who's the one that had the whole writing on her back?
Was it Shawnee?
I don't think she has the whole thing on her back. I thought
There
it
was
was,
somebody
I
that
thought it was
had
just a necklace.
whole thing. I don't know if it was about Scentsy because I didn't take the time to sit and read it, but there was a paragraph on her back.
okay, so I don't expect you to go to a tattoo shop, but if you have a difficult time striking up conversations, a Scentsy shirt, a Scentsy hat, a Scentsy necklace, these things can all help you. If you don't want to completely change your wardrobe, get a Scentsy name tag. I'm telling you, that's one of the best purchases you can make. I think they're $11. You get to pick your color, and they custom print it and have it mailed directly to you, and they look great. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. You can pop that bad boy on, and you look professional, and you look like a legit Scentsy consultant. I know Rachel Pritchard. I see her around town, and she always has her name tag on. And I just love it. She is a quiet, reserved person, but that name tag starts conversations for her so she doesn't have to. And it's perfect. Another thing to do is to intentionally put your name tag on upside down. because it catches people's attention, and they'll go, your name tag's upside down. Oh my gosh, I was in a crazy hurry to get out the door. I had to grab some more catalogs, and boom, conversation starter. That's the thing. You want anything that just starts a conversation. The show-off bags that you can get on the Scentsy Family Store are great too, because it has the pocket for the catalogs and things like that, instantly. And I don't know why people go, oh, do you sell Scentsy? I guess that's their opener, but no, my friend just gave me a bunch for catalogs to carry. Anyway, so brand yourself. This is my new term. I just came up with it today as I was writing notes. Be purposely accidental. Isn't that fun? So here's a fun thing to do. If you have a big bag, like I see some big bags over here, put your wallet on the bottom of your bag and then put all your Scentsy crap on top of it. So when you go to pay somewhere, you're pulling out a set of mini testers, you're pulling out catalogs, and you're like pulling out your whole purse there at the store to find your wallet. And what are those? Oh, those are my testers. Do you sell lip gloss? No, it's not lip gloss. Again, you just want to start conversations. Find ways to drop Scentsy in conversation. And I've gotten to be a pro at that.
Me too.
I can pop Scentsy into almost any conversation.
I have to watch myself at work because everything about my life is Scentsy related now. I have to scale back.
Yeah. But just find ways. Yeah. So like Tyler, I know you love your little puppies, and I know you talk about them often. You could easily pop Scentsy into a conversation. Oh my gosh, my dogs get to be so stinky. I'm so thankful I have Scentsy in my apartment. I mean, it's an easy drop in. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Scentsy can be dropped into almost any conversation. It's about the bakery line or cafe line, I guess it's called now. And there's a Scentsy smell for that. So just working in a conversation. Always gift Scentsy. Always.
I got that for Christmas.
Did you know every Christmas gift you gave was a tax write-off? If it was Scentsy? It's advertising. Write yourself a receipt. Give it to your accountant. It's a win-win. Always be ready. Don't ever leave the house without something Scentsy. If you're not taking a big bag somewhere, like Paul has a little stack of my business cards in his wallet. I don't expect him to take my show-off bag places, but I do know.
Conversation starter.
I do know that
She looked at me, she goes, man, I want a business card. You know,
yeah, he stays in my butt all the time. But he's talking to all his buddies this week. They're like, dang, you were in Mexico while we were stuck here in the snow. And he whips out a business card to give this to your wife. So yeah, it's definitely something
Now,
you
are
must
your
have.
friends like Van's friends? Every one of Van's friends are so on fire for their wives to join because they've seen what's happened to us.
Mhm.
But their wives are on board.
We have some like that, but Rachel Pritchard, that's how she joined our team.
Really?
Levi and Paul work together.
Oh, every one of the guys at work would give anything if their wives would do what I'm doing.
I had a couple of
Yeah. It's hit or miss. It's just like anyone you talk to. You're not going to recruit every person you talk to.
Sometimes it takes 3 years.
They're watching.
Like most seeds.
They
Richard took
watch.
3 years
What?
to recruit.
I think so.
It took 3 years, so they watch.
The other one is don't ever judge anyone as they're going to be a great consultant or they're not. So if you guys have been around me, you've probably heard my story about Big Lots. I was in Big Lots and I was talking to a teacher that I taught with, worked at Big Lots in the evenings. And so I ran into her there and we're looking through a Scentsy catalog and this big, huge black dude walks over and he's like, hey, he's got this big, deep voice. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like her manager. I'm thinking she's getting in trouble. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just going to get rid of this and she can look at it on her break time. He goes, wait, is that Scentsy stuff? Yeah. He goes, do you have any, was it Hemingway? I think it was the same.
I think it was him.
I think it was Hemingway. And of course the conversation went from there. No, I don't anymore, but here, I can get you testers, you can sell it. So Stormy was his name. He ended up ordering like $50 worth, but his roommate signed up under me and sold for like 2 years It doesn't fit in her life anymore, so she's terminated, but she is a consistent hostess. She has one of my tester sets right now, every single catalog, and sometimes 2 times in a catalog. Lindsay, are you having problems?
You need to let Stormy know that Hemingway is back this month.
Well, I don't even know how to contact Stormy, but
Oh, they're
Sarah
not
has a set, so they weren't ever together. They were roommates. Her husband was overseas, and he protected her. It was kind of a good relationship. Yeah. So always be ready. Oh, I already said that one. Don't judge people. Oh, get contact information. So a fun way to do that is on your catalogs that you keep in your purse, put a Post-it note on the front of it. And you can't give that catalog to someone until they give you their name and email or phone number. So it's just a good way to force yourself to remember to ask.
Okay, you know what I've been doing?
Tell me.
I am so bad. I mean, for years, I could talk to any stranger. I mean, like you said, look at those long lines, and everybody gets a sample of my business card. But I would not get their information. And I was just so bad at that. And I didn't want to ask their phone number. I don't want to ask some stranger. You don't know me. I could be wanting to rob your house tomorrow.
No.
Give me your phone number and
Have a comment.
My dining chair with flowers. So.
I ask them now, are you on Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
And if they say yes, I pull out my phone, I bring up Facebook, and I said, find yourself, and I'll send you a friend request. That way,
Oh, that's awesome.
they have the option, you know, they'll do that. They don't
Yeah.
have to accept me. It's up to them if they accept me. Thank you.
I like that.
Okay, everyone be noisy at once and get your notebook out. Oh. So all the noise is done at once.
Yeah.
Okay, this is your official recruiting notebook.
This makes me so happy.
So,
Stationary.
they're on sale for 30 cents a piece at Michael's.
Doesn't matter.
That's awesome.
bother me if it was
I know.
for it. I still like
I know,
it.
but I'm saying. Get some goodies. They got note cards, they got calendars. So.
At Michael's?
Yeah, 30 cents. Okay, so this is your recruiting notebook. So here's what you do with this notebook. Anytime you have a conversation, no matter how little it is, with someone about the business, you write their name at the top of the page. Each person gets their very own page. So, and it's totally up to you what you write on the page. So typically, I put their name and whatever contact info I have for them. You know, if they're just on Facebook, that's fine. But if I have their email or phone number, I'm gonna put it there too. And then I'm gonna put the date. So let's say that at Target today, my cashier, Tracy, got a catalog and I got her contact info. So I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna flip to the next clean page and I'm gonna write Tracy at Target, whatever contact info I have, and then I'm gonna put 1:15. I was in her checkout line. We talked a little bit of Scentsy, too busy to have a good conversation. So in 2 days, I'm gonna call her and I'm gonna say, hey, I don't know if you remember me, I was crazy busy, but I looked through your line at Target, I gave you a Scentsy packet, did you have a chance to look through it? And you're gonna like take notes from that conversation. Because typically, you have to have 10 conversations with someone before they sign up. Now that's just the average. Some people will do it, they'll call you and be like, hey, I want to start. Kyler's like the perfect recruit. But then other people, it might take years, but it's not that they're saying no to you. The timing just isn't right because the timing has to be right. It has to be perfect. So the time to pull out this notebook, you know, you want to stay in contact with people, but the most important time to pull out this notebook is at transition month. That's next month, people. Transition month is the month before the new catalog. So new catalog starts March 1st. Next month is transition month. Why I say that's a perfect time to call people is it's bonus kit month. So they will get both the fall and winter stuff and the spring and summer stuff. So if they sign up in February, they don't have to turn right around in March and buy new testers and new catalogs. They're going to get everything in that kit. So this is just a reason for you to call people. Or let's say Scentsy does like a join in July, like they did last July. That's a reason to pull out your recruiting notebook and to call all those people. So your homework is this weekend to write down at least 10 names. Remember back of 10 people that you've already started conversations with. If you don't have 10, you need to go to Target. I want you guys to have 10 names in there by this weekend. If you do that, message me. And if you know me enough, you know what that means. You might get
Game on.
She's writing down right now.
Yeah.
Hey, I-
Name number 1.
my husband had a little, listen here talk with my son.
He can't sign up under you.
Oh no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't.
Okay, so
He's
there
too
was
busy pushing me around. I mean, not pushing me around, like pushing our business. Never mind.
just
Just
stop.
encouraging me. Thank you.
So as I was talking about, you should never judge people. Oracle gave the perfect illustration, and I thought I had heard every analogy that Oracle had. And then he said it's like a rat through a snake.
Oh, yeah, like a
But
racist.
anyway,
Wowzers, yeah,
that was
okay.
a bad one. But this one really hit home. He said, think about a waitress. So I went to the Savoy for breakfast this morning, and my waitress walked through the room, and she looked around and went, I don't think she's a coffee drinker. Oh, she looks like a coffee drinker. Possibly a coffee drinker. Does the waitress do that?
Yeah.
No.
Sometimes.
No. They walk to every table and they say, you want coffee? You want coffee? You want coffee? They're going to ask everyone. So think of that in your Scentsy business. Don't prejudge people. I don't know if she'd do very good at Scentsy. Oh, her, that's a Scentsy girl. Ask everyone. We're equal opportunity smellers. It's okay. Ask everyone because you never know who might want it. Okay, so core 3 is to provide great customer service. Now, there's actually 2 aspects of this. The first is your customers, the people that are buying from you. So ways to provide great customer service to them is, first and foremost, always find them the best deal. If you are at a party, you need to know those combine and save packages inside and out. You need to say to a customer, this package, you could get 2 more bars for free. You need to know those package deals because yes, usually they're an upsell for you. That's why we have them. But anytime you're saving someone money, they're appreciative for it. So just know your combine and save deals. On that note, we hear a lot of complaints about, well, I had a customer that went on my website and bought 6 bars and she paid $30 and she could have only paid $25. The website should catch that. Why? You made 5 more PRV. You actually don't want the website to catch that. The reason we have combine and save deals are for an easy upsell. It's for if someone's buying 4 bars, you can say, well, if you buy 1 more, you get 1 free. So it's getting them to spend $5 more. If someone's willing to spend $30 for 6 bars, they're worth $30 to that person. But it's also an amazing opportunity for you to contact that customer and say, oh my gosh, I saw your order. You picked some amazing scents. I did notice that if you would have called me to place that order, I could have saved you a little bit of money. So I'm going to put a little scent circle in the mail to you just as a thank you for your order. But next time, make sure you call me and I can put that order in for you. Why do you want them to call you?
Host a party or something else.
It's a conversation with you. You can ask them if they want to host us a party. You can upsell them to something else. You can remind them that such and such holiday is coming up. Mother's Day is coming up. Have you got your Mother's Day present yet? Any conversation is a chance for you to increase sales, whether it's just in PRV sales or booking a party or possibly even, oh my gosh, you really need to order again? You just ordered 3 weeks ago. Why are you not selling this stuff? It's just a conversation because that's what you want. That's what this business is. We don't, I mean, yeah, we sell wax, but really we're a relationship business more than we're a wax business. And you have to have relationships with your customers. So anytime you have a chance to have a conversation is perfect.
I know that if I had someone call me and say, next time call me, I would be like, oh, okay, cool, I
Yeah.
will, you know,
Absolutely.
it makes them feel important.
Or if sometimes they're like, I'll just do online. Say, just email me first.
Well, can I tell a story about last night? What
Yes.
happened? I made myself do 5 phone calls.
Okay.
And I had Maximus done it. And I made myself do it. And I called 5 people, and each one of them acted excited that I had called.
Oh.
You know, well then, the one had told me no. The last one I called, she had said no, she didn't need anything. And then she texted me later and said, that made me so happy that you personally took the time to call me. She goes, I don't need anything, but I want put a bar on your next order. I want a bar. And then she texted me back, I need some of that counter cleaner. I put that also on my order. I mean, it's keeping going. But
But didn't you say one of them wasn't even gonna order?
she wasn't.
That's her, yeah.
She wasn't gonna order at all. And then she just said it just made her feel so happy that I had reached out personally and called her. Where I was thinking I was gonna be bothering her in her home.
I had a voicemail when we got back from the cruise. You know, you can tell in their voices, sweet little old lady. She called, new customer, never talked to her before, and she left her name, her phone number, and she said she owned a bed and breakfast here in Tulsa, and she needed new Scentsy. So I called her, and her story was, she had someone that she bought Scentsy from, but the girl just stopped calling her back, and I think she told me 3 times, thank you for calling her. Like she'd left me a message, thank you for calling her. A 2 light bulb order, really without me even trying, turned into a bride warmer and 2 3-packs of bulbs. And hang on, I gotta get this note. She mailed me a note.
Oh.
It's so cute. Because she was not gonna give me her credit card number.
That's okay.
But she's gonna put it in the mail. She wrote me a check and she put it in the mail. And it's like,
Okay.
look at this. It's like, it's Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it's dated.
Adorable.
And she says, Dear Jamie, thank you for calling me back so promptly. I have entered your name and address in my phone book now. I'm looking forward to meeting you and getting that catalog. Drop by if you can. I have enclosed your check for $53.83. Thank you. Her name, her address, her phone number, and her cell number, because she still has a home phone.
She probably writes her contacts in the book too.
Probably.
That doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. It sounds like my mother-in-law.
What?
Huh? Oh, you're raising your hand? Okay.
I'll say this, something I learned from a friend of mine this week. Laziness sells anything. And so calling people and reminding them, because everybody's so busy now,
Lack of lazy.
they're lazy. They don't have time.
They're
so
lazy.
busy.
Okay.
They don't have
Sorry.
time.
Wasn't following.
I wasn't sure where we were going there. I was like, he's gonna have a punchline. I just
I
know
have a
that.
friend of mine that's
customer
starting-
is lazy.
The customer's lazy. So if
Yeah.
you go out to reach them up front, call them, so they don't have to get online. They don't have to do this, they don't have to do that. It makes it easier for them.
Well,
So
and
think
that
of
was
that
like
when you're making phone calls.
that other thing that I posted, did you read where this lady who's now a Scentsy director or something, did you read that post about, she shared that before Scentsy, she loved Longaberger baskets. And she would go to parties and she would place like $200, $300, $400 orders. But then nobody would call her, and she would hear about something and she'd say, oh, I need to buy that. I want to buy that.
But
And
she was
she never got around to call it.
Hmm.
And then the next thing, she'd think, oh man, I really want that too. And before you knew it, it was like $800 worth of orders, and she had not called. One person called her, and they
She
got,
said she wasn't gonna earn their money for them.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, she wouldn't call them, even though she had their contact information.
Yeah.
She was just waiting for someone to contact her.
That's interesting.
People are so busy now.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's, you know, like you confront it, well, I'm too busy right now. I'm too busy right now. Well, use that in your advantage. Go to them and say, hey, you know what? Call them and ask them for orders. Don't feel bad, because, you know, if you notice, most people say yes.
Well,
like
and
that,
see-
you get 4 out of your 5 people said yes.
Yeah,
It's just because everybody's so busy. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to go to a party. I don't want to do this. I'm too busy. Well, go to them.
well, and Van has been blown away that I have done as well as I have without picking up the phone. And he's like, how do you do sales without calling? You know, I just don't understand. Well, we're in that Facebook and that texting era, you know, to where, to me, some people might be freaked out by a phone call. You know, just like, but you know, you're gonna answer, it's call usually.
Yeah.
Oh, what do they want?
Or they're excited to hear the message because if they don't answer the phone, they're excited to find
Yeah,
out who it was
Yeah.
that called them.
and what you're calling for. Yeah, because people don't do it anymore.
Oh, that thing rings.
It's amazing how many people I call, they won't answer the phone. I send them a text, they answer right back. I'm like,
Oh, no, see,
what? For real?
And Delinda, it's funny because down here, like 4 under where we are right now, it says call them randomly.
Yeah.
You read my notes too. So the other fun thing with customers is just to package up orders cute. I had a Pampered Chef party, gosh, it's been years and years and years ago. And got my stuff. Number one, it all shipped to me and I had to inventory the order and I had to keep the customer receipts from my party until the time they came in. I lost them and I had to call the consultant and ask who had ordered what. And then it just came with the white Pampered Chef sacks. And I mean, I was just a hostess. I wasn't going to pay for ribbon and cutesy stuff and all that. So I just threw a spoon in a bag and handed it to the person. And it was like, oh, thanks. You know, I just paid $20 for that spoon. Thanks. If a customer is ordering from you, you want to do something that sets yourself apart from the Walmart warmers. I mean, we know that we're better than them, but make it special to them. You know, it's something as simple as a tool bow it just really changes the look of a package. Even if you're using the clear sacks, that's what I use, the clear sacks that come in your order, but I place everything in there neat. I don't just throw it in the sack, I place it in neat. I tie the tool bow on there, and I am a sucker for the little cutesy tags that you hang on stuff to put the customer name on. Kyler and I both hit the sales at Hobby Lobby on the after Christmas sales, and I have a gazillion tags in there that should last me at least 6 months. But they're cute, they're glittery and whatever. They cost me like 8 cents for 6 of them, but it makes a huge difference when you hand someone, even though it's a clear plastic bag, it has a cute bow and this glittery tag on it. Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
oh, you go get a tag and show us what you're talking about?
It's like giving a present.
Are those door prizes?
You know? Yeah.
I've got so many, like, it says have yourself a merry little Christmas bags, but now I'm like, crap, and I gotta save them because I bought like 50. It was, yeah, it was bad.
Excessive.
They're so cute, but I bought too many. I'm probably good for
How cute.
There's gold, there's just craft, there's white, there's silver, there's these bright colors.
Oh yeah, I love those.
And they say to and from on them, I mean, because they're Christmas tags, but whatever.
And they're Hobby Lobby?
Oh, they're gone now, baby.
She got them all.
But you can buy those year round. Some of them are Walmart, some are Hobby Lobby, some are Michael's. Actually, Michael's has those a lot of times in their dollar bin. A lot of times. Another thing that you can do.
I've gotten a lot of Valentine themed stuff at
Yes.
the Dollar Tree.
Oh yeah,
So
I haven't gone there in a long time. I used to shop there a lot. Yeah.
And see, I just don't
As a
do
teacher.
artsy stuff, so I just put samples and stuff in the order to make it special.
But that's the
Yeah.
thing. You do that, I do this. It's both setting us apart from other consultants. It's
Yeah.
differentiating us from the big box stores.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do, as long as you're doing something.
Yeah.
You just want to make your customers feel special. The other thing is be prompt, both in callbacks and in deliveries.
Mhm.
As a director, I often get calls for consultants in my downline that are not delivering promptly. And I call the consultant and I say, so-and-so called me and is complaining they haven't got their stuff. And the consultant goes, I've only had it a week. I haven't had it that long. If stuff's not leaving my house in 2 days, I'm annoyed because it's in my way.
Yeah.
I mean, once it's in, I want it gone. And your customers are anxious to get it. So just be sure that you're prompt, and especially on calling back. My rule for myself is call back in 24 hours or email back in 24 hours. Most of the time, it's like 8. But 24 is like my personal rule. So just be prompt. That sweet little lady I talked to, oh my gosh, thank you so much for calling me back so fast, because my recording on my phone, which I haven't changed, my recording on my phone says, I'm in Mexico until Tuesday. I really got back on Monday, but I'll be in Mexico until Tuesday, and then I'll get back with you. Well, I called her on Tuesday, and so she was, floored because she wasn't expecting a call yet. So that probably got me a customer for life. I hope she isn't too old.
Oh my God.
And I hope she's not the old lady that I won't call back.
Well, if she is, let her have it,
Okay, so that is, we're talking about.
Gosh, she just won't return my call.
No, this one doesn't call me. But I had one, and everything she bought, I don't like it. Have something else.
The constant returner.
Oh my
Love
gosh,
those
yes.
customers. Okay, so we're talking about great customer service. So the first customer is your sales customer. But did you guys realize that your team and your downline are also your customers? Did you ever think of it that way?
Well, I thought, how would that work?
Are you making money off of them? Then they're a customer, right?
Yeah.
And it's your job to take care of them. Yes, they own their own business. No, you're not required to do anything, but I'm not required to do anything for my customers but deliver their product to them. I don't have to put a cutesy bow on it. I don't have to call them randomly. That's what I do to grow my business. My downline, all I have to do is make sure they're informed. I don't have to do anything else. But it's going to better my business and better my future if I take care of them. So I want you to think of it the same way. Your downline, your team are also your customers. So things that you need to be doing for them, first and foremost, is praising them. And I feel like I do a pretty good job. If I don't, don't boo me now, but talk to me later. Top 10 cards are huge and they're easy, but maybe your team is just 2 people right now. Send it to your top person. Let them know that out of your team, they were highest in sales. It doesn't matter that there's just 2 people. If they have the highest sales, that's something to be proud of. So send them a card in the mail to let them know that. Random note cards are just amazing. Like I said earlier, people love happy mail because, 19 times out of 20, it's not even 9 out of 10, your mailbox is full of either bills or junk mail. How often do we get something hand addressed to us? I was so excited to get that in the mail. I didn't know what it was at first, that check and that note from that sweet little lady. But it was handwritten to my name and address. I was like, oh, what's this? It's just fun to get something like that. And then just cheap goodies in the mail. Guys, you can buy a pair of socks for $1 at Target, and everyone loves fun socks. Do you love fun socks?
Yes.
Good. You might get a lot of socks. I do socks a lot because they're cheap to mail.
Yeah.
They're really cheap to mail. Another thing is at the Dollar Tree, the movie theater boxes of candy. You guys don't have to put those in envelopes. You can just slap a label on it, pop it in the mail just like that.
Get out of here. I love it.
There is such fun things that you guys can mail. You can mail a flip-flop.
Just one thing Van thought that was, I got one from you one time. And Van, he talks about that all the time. That one flip-flop that we got in the mail.
On one side, you address it in Sharpie, and on the back side, you write your little message. It's just like a postcard, only it's a flip or a flop. Just one. Are any of you Angela Johnson fans? Just one. All right, never mind. I'll have to link that YouTube video.
I'm gonna have to go Google her though.
Another thing, you can mail playground balls, like the bouncy balls. You can just write on it with a Sharpie, pop it in the mail.
So doing that. I'm going more.
There is some. So you can empty out a water bottle, just like that water bottle right there. Pull the label off, fill it full of stuff, put a label on it, mail it.
It's just, I feel so empty. I've been missing you.
But how fun is it to write a little note, roll it up, and pop it in that bottle? It's a message in a bottle. Just something fun. This is not stuff that costs a lot of money, but it's something that makes a huge impact. Good grief, that was what, 3 years ago?
One of the first,
Incentive trips, yeah. Yeah. So if that kind of intrigues you, there's actually Pinterest sites all about fun mail. So just go on Pinterest and search fun mail. Or on my Pinterest account, I have a board called Business Crafts, and I have a couple of them pinned in there. So just look at those. So fun mail is a good thing. The other thing is just to acknowledge them. Acknowledge what they're doing. Stay in contact. Facebook group is the best. Text, email. You need to figure out who prefers what. So I actually have a lady on our team. Her name is Jessie, and you won't see her on Facebook because she's like 73 years old, and she doesn't know how to do Facebook. So I have to call her. She's not going to text. If I text her, I don't know that she knows how to read it. She's not going to be on Facebook. She's in Arkansas, so I can't even meet her for coffee. I would love to do that, but I have to call her if I want to talk to her. So you need to know who your downline are and what their preferred method of contact is. Now, for those of you just starting a team, I would highly suggest you start something like this now, because as you can see out of hand if you wait too long to do it. So this is my frontline notebook. So I have a group of, we're close to 300, a team of around 150. But I feel most responsible to my front line. So these are people that there's no one in between us. It's just me and then them. So what they do this in here, let me see if I have some blank ones. I will post a blank page on our Facebook so you can see exactly what it is. So this is the most important page. Now I have notes in here, conversations with them and stuff too, but this is the most important page. So this is just months over here. And I track their PRV, their team wholesale, group wholesale, how many are in their team, their active frontline, their recruits, and what title were they paid at. This just helps me manage when to acknowledge people. Because for some people in your downline, 150 is a big deal. For them to do 150 3 months in a row, they hadn't done that all year, and they've done it the last 3 months, that's worth me acknowledging them. But then I have other people that if they don't get their $1,000 in every month, they're kicking themselves in the butt. So I wouldn't want to send them a card for hitting 150 because to them that's not good enough. So it just helps me to track in individuals rather than making broad expectations for everyone the same, because everyone's in this business for a different reason and everyone's doing it at different levels. So it just helps me to track that. And it also helps me to know who, I'm trying to find a tactful way to say this. I can't be tactful. Who's worth my time? If I have someone in here that's just doing 150 every third month and they're the negative Nelly that's always begging for my attention, I'm going to focus on the people that are working their business actively selling and recruiting, and this helps me know that. Now you can get all this information by clicking someone on your performance tab, but this is just easier for me. I'm a paper and pencil kind of gal, and it's just easier to look at a 2 years at one time. Frontline, you have a page in this notebook. Oh, I also mark on there when I've mailed a card to someone. And even if someone's just a casual seller, I try to get them a card at least every 6 months. Just for, hey, I'm so glad to have you as a part of this team. Haven't seen you in a while. Maybe we should do coffee. Something like that. I try to give everyone a card every 6 months. So Cord 4 is a really short one, but it's probably the most important one. Cord 4 is improve yourself. Because let's face it, if we're not taking care of ourselves, we can't give to other people. So a couple ideas of this. Number one, just take care of yourself health-wise. It's pretty self-explanatory. Make sure you're eating healthy. Make sure you're doing some form of exercise. Just take care of yourself. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, things like that. The second thing I want to talk about is to make weak things strong. I heard Orville say this week, and maybe it was Chuck. I don't remember who said it, but they said you should strive to be the second smartest person in the room. I had to think about it for a second, but that's a really powerful statement, meaning that you want to have one person that you're learning from, that you want to be the second smartest person in the room. I never thought of it that way. It was like one of those moments. Like it was really impactful to me. Strive to be the second smartest person in the room. So how can you do that? How can you make weak things strong? The first thing is to have accountability partners. Now, obviously, you can have these in any area of your life. Scentsy is one of the biggest areas. So if you've been in Scentsy for a while and you know quite a few of the team members, just reach out to someone that you respect and you look up to and say, hey, these are my goals. Can you check in with me every couple months and just see how I'm doing with this? If you're new and you don't know anyone, I can help you find an accountability partner. Or, I mean, I would love to be an accountability partner, but I think it's better if it's someone at the same rate in the business, like certified consultant with a certified consultant, or, you know, maybe you've been in for 2 years, someone else that's been in for 2 years, something like that. Because you guys can call me anytime and I will meet you for lunch, I'll meet you for coffee, we'll do goal setting, whatever. But I want it to be a peer rather than someone in leadership above you to be an accountability partner. I just think it's more effective. The other thing to do is to read books. Do we have any readers in here who said they like to read, Lindsay? Oh, we have a lot of readers in here. So I'm really excited because I bought these yesterday. And these are 3 books that I was really wanting, and I was really wanting them because I saw them on Orville's bookshelf. And here's another reason I'm really excited. I got these at Goodwill, and they were $2 each.
Yeah.
Okay, if you are a book person, you need to go to the Goodwill on Garnett at Admiral. It is the best book section ever. Garnett and Admiral. It's on Garnett, right next to the Mexican bakery.
And you can stop by there.
You can stop by
And you can stop
It's really good.
and get some really cheap pastries too, because they're delicious. Okay, so good to great. I'm really excited to read this. I'm excited for all of these. Made to Stick. And this one, I read his first book. This is his second one. It's the Customer Rules by Lee Cockrell. This guy used to be like the head honcho at Disney. His first book is Creating Magic, and it was really good, but I'm excited for this one, The Customer Rules. So if you need some book suggestions, anything by Mary Christensen, and she writes directly to multi-level marketing. So it's like she'll give you ideas that you can walk away with today and implement in your business. If you only have the money to get one book, and especially if you're not really a reader, get The Go-Giver by Bob Burke. You will read it in one day, even if you are not a reader. It's a little bitty red book called The Go-Giver. It will change the way you think about your business. The Go-Giver by Bob Burke, B-U-R-G. And then he also has like The Go-Giver Gives More, and there's 4 in the series. The red one is the most important one. Anything by Lee Cockrell. That's who wrote this one. And I think he has 4 out now. And he has one on time management that I really need to get, but I'm not there yet. I love to read books on other successful businesses to find out why they're a good business. And there's one called The Starbucks Experience. There's another one about Starbucks, and I cannot remember the title off the top of my head. But it has the big Starbucks logo on it, and it's just a one-word title. I don't remember what it is. There's one called the Zappos Experience, and it's a lot about giving a lot, giving more than you receive. Now, I would say probably one of my favorite books I ever read it's called Start Something That Matters, and it's the guy who started Tom's Shoes, and like his whole story of how it started. He gives a lot of resources in there, like because when he started his business, he had no money. And so he cites in there good web services to use, good conference call services to use, different ways to get good connections, things like that. So that was a really good one. Anything by John Maxwell, there's one in that basket over there. I love John Maxwell probably because I met him though. I really enjoyed meeting him. He's a cool guy. Good to Great. Another one called Start With Why is a really good one just to figure out your why you're doing anything. Built to Last, Tipping Point. I could go on and on, but there's tons and tons of good books out there that will change the way you run your business. And if you ever, just randomly, I'm on Amazon, what book should I get? Just shoot me a message and I'll
What
give you
was the
some
one we
titles.
used for Jacqueline's help? Do you?
Creating a network.
Network marketing,
Yeah.
Marketing,
Something.
Rockstar?
Rockstar?
yeah,
Network Rock Net.
no, recruiting Rockstar, and then there's 3 of them. I've got them.
I've watched John Maxwell videos.
I love him. He reminds me of my
I
grandpa.
actually have it right here.
Here's the thing that really impacted me about him.
Rock your network marketing business.
Yes, yeah.
I met him backstage at Scentsy convention in 2011. I was one of the trainers on stage, and it was kind of funny. I kind of felt like I was opening for him because he was speaking right after me, and so I met him backstage. And so here I am. I was a director at the time, and I was like 30 years old or whatever. And here's this person that's so successful, and so we were introduced, and I was just kind of standing there in awe, and he just started asking me questions. He wanted to know like everything he could know about me. And later I was like, Paul, why is he asking me all those questions? He was like, why do you think he's so smart? He talks to a lot of people and he learns what works for different people in different ways. But I was just in awe, kind of a little starstruck by it. It was really cool. It was a really cool moment. I've talked before, but watch YouTube. You can learn amazing things on YouTube. Here's the thing. Don't just search Scentsy stuff on YouTube. 31 Gifts has great trainers. Unique has great trainers. Any network marketing company, we're all in the same game here. So you can learn from other network marketing companies. Some of them have different styles than us, but you can always learn something from them.
I wish we could use, there's some that are fantastic. I mean, even like the mystery hostess stuff, you're not supposed to pay, us, we can't post that. But man, they have some great ideas from some other things that we can't use.
A lot of times there's ways to tweak it to get it within compliance. Yeah.
I've seen some cute flyers and
Yeah.
things like that.
But sometimes I'll watch a YouTube video and it might be something like that, like, oh, we can't do that. But I'll always get an idea of something I can do.
Yeah.
So I love to watch YouTube videos.
I just love the tag team now. I'm obsessed with them.
The tag team? I don't know.
The two moms in the minivan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I just love them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fun.
I know.
Amy Mark Charles posted a new one today that I had never heard from. And now I'm gonna have to go back and look and see who it is. But I guess she just wrote a book and she has motivational like videos and stuff. Not necessarily direct marketing, but just like motivational on how to make yourself a better person. I really liked her. She was really cute. Listen to podcasts. So that's something I can do while I'm switching the laundry or cleaning the kitchen or whatever. I can pop my earbuds in and have a podcast on, or if I'm the only one home, I can just blare it on my computer, which is what I usually do. And then we talked about this earlier. Contribute more than you take, or give more than you take. If you do not have a charity that you work with, I would really encourage you to find something that just makes you smile and makes you excited. Lindsay is always talking about working at her kids' school, and it makes me smile because I know that's so important to her. And it just makes me happy to know that Scentsy helps to allow her to do that. Your stupid name tag posts crack me up all the time. They have this system at her kid's school where do you scan your ID? What are you doing?
You have to scan your license because it's checking to make sure you're not a sex offender.
But it gives you the stupidest names.
Yes, it is. It's awesome. It's a joke now. My daughter actually.
So if you don't follow Lindsay on Facebook, you need to, because she will make you laugh with her stupid name tags. They're not even like real names.
They're
Yeah.
not
Words.
names,
Like,
yeah.
it's like
They're completely random.
Yeah.
Does somebody make those, or the computer
The
does?
computer does.
It's totally
Like
random. Yeah.
My daughter's favorite one was actually my husband's because the first time they ran the license, he put it in backwards, and he has a CDL, and so his name was commercial driver.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But if you don't have something that you're tied to, I really encourage you to. I know Jennifer got really excited right before Christmas about doing some stuff, some socks and some scarves and things like that. And it just brings me joy when I see you guys post things about that. If you follow me, you probably get really annoyed with all my mission work stuff. But it's my love, and so it's what I do. It's what makes me happy. It's what brings me joy. So it's really important to me. So, I mean, Scentsy is my job, and I love my job, and I'm passionate about my job. But if you really want to get me excited, start asking me questions about mission work and what we're doing there. So I hope that you find something like that for you. It'll change your life when you start thinking of others before you think of yourself. It really makes a huge impact. And maybe it's tied to Scentsy, maybe it's not. You know, with our mission work stuff, I can't take Scentsy to Haiti, really. They don't have electricity. But my Scentsy business allows me to travel to Haiti. So, you know, it's tied in a roundabout way. Okay, so we're past 8 o'clock. I really wanted to be done by 8. But I want to let you guys know that there is tons of new product that will be announced at World Tour. Jennifer's mad at me. I was thinking in her face.
We didn't sign any agreement. No, we verbally did.
I will not. I will not. But let me just tell you, especially if you're Velata people, you're going to be stoked. You're going to be so excited about some new Velata stuff coming out, and even Scentsy stuff. There was something announced about Scentsy that brought Anna to tears. A certain fragrance that was being released.
A fragrance or a product?
What was a product in a certain fragrance?
Yeah.
It must have not gone.
Yeah.
It's like daycare, like.
No, but there's a product that Van was like, we've been needing that for a long time.
He needs to come to these trainings.
Yeah, he can come to a meeting anytime. Bring
He's
him.
watching the thunder. Are you kidding? I can't believe I'm here.
Okay, so since all the excitement's going to be at World Tour, who is going to World Tour?
Well, I need to find out if I can get in, because, or maybe get in.
You didn't register?
I thought I did, but I guess I
You didn't finish it out.
completed.
Okay,
I thought I
typically,
completed it, but.
typically, and I tried to look into this today, and then I ran out of time. Typically, if there is space open, they'll let you walk in and pay at the door. And I know that Tulsa or Oklahoma City is not sold out, and Dallas is not sold out.
I heard did you listen to Jason maybe?
No,
Dallas is almost sold out.
almost.
Plenty of room, he said, in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
I would rather drive to Oklahoma City than chance to get to Dallas and not get
Well, Tammy and I are carpooling. You're welcome to jump in.
to Oklahoma City. But you guys are going down the night before, right?
No, not to Oklahoma
Oh,
City.
you're not?
I'm staying in Dallas, but not Oklahoma City.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm down
There's
for that.
plenty.
Tyler, I would love to have you
go
there.
to Oklahoma City.
Love to have you
Okay.
there.
Yeah, I can't stay, but I can definitely take the day.
Yeah, we're just doing it. We're gonna leave at like 5 in the morning, and we'll be back late at night.
Yeah, my husband
I'm
can go
careful
with
with y'all.
Teresa, are you going for World Tour?
I want to, but I'm so baiting.
I'm telling you guys,
Right,
it will
because
be.
she's going-
here's the
she's going
thing.
to Oklahoma City.
It is like the excitement of convention all cram-packed into one day. And the way they're doing it, I'm one of the presenters in Dallas, so I like have some background information about some stuff. You're presenting in Dallas too, aren't you? Oklahoma City, okay. How they're doing it this year, you will walk away with ideas that you can implement the day after World Tour and that will change your business. It's going to be a mixture of corporate people and other consultants. So it's not just going to be corporate people up there telling you what to do. It's going to be consultants that know what they're talking about. And the way they have it set up, you are going to be able to meet so many leadership consultants that even if, you know, like my thing in Dallas is just 10 minutes, but if I have a great connection with a consultant, they can ask my information, we friend each other on Facebook, they can learn from me there. So same thing, you know, you have the chance to be in front of some amazing, that even the day is going to be great, but then learning past that and following them on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that will greatly change your business. $75 and you get a whole kit. I don't know if it's the same for walk-in.
Walk-ins are usually a little higher.
A little bit higher, but you
And
still get the
sometimes
kit,
they
right?
have- Yes, they sometimes have to mail them if they don't
Yeah.
have enough.
I don't know,
Sorry.
details are different, but if you are registered, you get the kit that
And
day.
some kind of commemorative item too.
Oh, yeah, I
Looks
saw
awesome.
that.
And
Um,
your guest gets something, a little something.
typically a guest gets a warmer. Typically, I'm not saying that's happening this
So you
year.
can bring somebody along.
You can. Yeah, it's a little charge, like, if you register, it was like 15 for a
They
guest.
didn't say anything about a guest getting, they said the warmer is for consultants, registered consultants only. Consultants that go as a guest will not get anything.
No, your guest gets something. They said there was something for guests.
In the past, there's always been.
I know, that's
Is
what
the
I thought, but
registration
they
still
said,
It's not. But you might be a different situation since you're such a new consultant.
yeah.
But Delinda said there's tons of room in Oklahoma City for walk-ins.
Yes,
So,
Jason said, please, we need to fill it one out.
I mean, because they just closed registration January 11th.
Oh, we're gone, yeah.
Yeah.
I could take myself.
And let me just
So
tell you
you
about
might
events.
be new enough that they would give you forgiveness. for what you-
And I thought of something the other day about events. One of the things
Oh,
that's
who?
cool about
Open a
events
support ticket.
is every single event that you go to, you meet somebody new.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time you've been in 5 years, you go on a cruise and you
You know
walk
everyone.
around and you know a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's really becomes like a family reunion because
Yeah.
you meet somebody new at every event.
Okay.
Tons of them.
So that's pretty much the meat of our meeting, but I want to talk about something fun. So you guys know we've done little fun things in the past. We've gone to Pino's Palette for painting. Have you guys ever gone to the Copper Kettle in Owasso? Copper Kiln in Owasso? I went there over Christmas break with my kids and I had a blast, and I think it would be fun for a team activity. It's a pottery place.
Like, probably. This is kind of
Yeah, like
What
a
if
place,
I share
exactly.
young with coffee?
It's a pottery place, and I had so much fun. We went there, and my mom and Mackenzie and Tony, and I need to go pick up my pieces. And while I was there, I noticed that they had some scented wax in a crock pot. So they will be getting a Scentsy warmer. Already cleared it. They're gonna put my business cards in front of it. But if you guys ever have any other ideas, I've even thought about like main event over in Tulsa Hills. That would be something fun to do. I don't want every time that we get together for it to be like a meeting. I want us to get together and have fun just as a team as
You know what
well.
we should do?
Please tell me.
The trampoline park.
Dude, that would be so fun. You're talking about 50. Knee replacement.
Yeah, I'm thinking
I'll cheer. I'll cheer.
Yeah.
I'll hold up the scorecard.
I'd be one of those that just bounce on my butt because my knees can't get on. I just sit there.
Come on, somebody put me on this.
It does sound fun. I think we're going there for Tony's birthday. Do you want to go?
Yeah,
That's so fun.
for sure.
Okay, so before we leave,
On not a Velata training, but another training the other day, they were listing fun ideas that you could do for team get-togethers.
was it a boot camp was it a boot camp in Joel's class?
No, it was on the Tuesday training.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. Lindsay and I are on there every Tuesday because we're gonna win a prize package at the end. They give away some cool prizes.
If you leave one of those training calls, you automatically get the full prize to Linda. Why
I
aren't you
know,
doing a training?
I know. And I'm gonna do one because I listen at work. I couldn't
Shouldn't do it.
do it every time.
Gotcha. Okay, so before we ready set break, I want you to go back to the dream you wrote down. Like the very first thing I had you write down. Now, obviously, if you wrote it down, you really want it to happen, right?
Yes.
Now, I want you to realize that this is not going to happen unless you do one thing, and it's a nasty 4-letter word. Work. Guys, this isn't just going to come to you. You can't let things just happen to you. You have to be purposeful. I'm not sitting at star director rank because I just hoped people joined my team or I just hoped I sold product. I hustled and I still hustle all the time. You have to work this business. If you want your business to work, you have to work your business. There are a lot of people that get into this and they have great aspirations and they have these big dreams and they just hope that they happen. And it doesn't work that way. If you are willing to work, I am here for you every single step of the way. I will meet you for lunch. I will meet you for coffee. If you're watching online, I'll Skype with you. Whatever you need from me as far as ideas and motivation, that's my job, but I can't work your business for you, and I won't work your business for you. You have to do it yourself. But know that you have help every step of the way, and know that no matter what you wrote down, it can happen if you're willing to work for it. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. That is it for this evening, guys. I'm sorry I went a little over. It's 8:18.
Yay, thank you.
Bye, everyone online.
I was sure you were gonna